Hello again. It has been another week of me just like hunkering down and taking care of my commitment, but seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. Got most of the stuff done. Most of the pieces are in place. It's just, getting everything all together. I think I could start ramping things up back here, right? So we're just gonna pick up right where things got interrupted, right? Just gonna get back in here, right? Because this was what I was gonna do next, right? Like, oh, get serious. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, as you remember, before I kind of went into ghost mode, I was gonna do this. I was gonna take a look at Gunfire Reborn's DLC because they came out with some DLC, right? It's called like a Realm of Frost and Inkwash, and much like their other DLCs, they introduce 2 new characters, one of which you can see on the title screen here, and 4 weapons. And there's been a couple other changes as well, so why don't we get in here and take a look. So the one you see here, this ice ram named Lynn, as you might expect, she's got freezy powers. I'm kind of covering it here as long as so is the chat window, but her whole thing is that she kind of just targets an enemy, hits them for big damage, and the also has frozen grenades, which also freezes enemies. But it seems like she's got like a pretty sick combo where you like freeze an enemy and then immediately use your primary ability. You can deal massive damage and kind of AoE everything around them. Then we have the other character, Momo, cute little squirrel. He's the Inkwash part of the DLC. His powers are all about the art. So his ability is Ink Form, where he basically turns into like the squid from Splatoon, and you have to go really fast, and then you can like park yourself at a spot and then do massive AoE damage when you kind of exit out of Ink Form. And you have Drawing Come True, which if you played Overwatch, it's kind of like Sigma's shield ability. You kind of throw a barrier forward, which kind of blocks projectiles, knocks down enemies, and creates a speed zone. So he's got like a bit of Kiriko in him too. It's kind of nuts. Out of these two, I thought it was gonna like Lin, but Momo's kind of nuts. But I'll show off of both. Hello. How should I call you? Should I call you Get Silius or like Silius, or do you have like another preferred name? Welcome. Thanks for checking me out, and thanks again for the follow. So anyways, there are some other changes in here. As you can see, we are at a new season, right? The last time we played this, we were pretty deep into Season 1, which was all about just picking enhanced scrolls, and since then, we had like a whole second season, which included like mechanisms, which essentially gave you like secondary abilities, and now we have Demon Vanquishment, which I think could probably be best described as like Pokemon? It's kind of like Pokemon, maybe a dash of SMT in there. So, well, why don't we just, like, try a run? And probably won't enable any of these, or won't enable any of these modifiers for your convenience's sake. There's also some other fun stuff, but I can show that later. You can call me Getz or Selly for short. Ah, okay, gotcha. Thanks. Thank you, Selly. Alright. Oh. Get field proficiency. And of all the gauntlets, I don't like the radioactive one because it has that rhythm game element to it. Not to mention, these are like early game weapons, so I'm probably gonna boot them after a point anyway, so. So Lynn's other thing is that she has like a whole poise meter that kind of appears over enemies, and you can bring that down to a certain threshold. You can like enable additional effects depending on you know, where you're at. I would love to do some runs with you, but I'll be lurking cooking dinner. Have a good one. Ah, all right. Enjoy. I hope your dinner is good, and thanks for the lurk. Yeah, I was playing it a little bit earlier so I could get a hang of the characters, and the first time I went through this, I had to contend with just using a talisman, which is a good weapon usually, but I don't know. I feel like for Lynn, who seems to kind of prefer the more rapid fire stuff to knock people's poise off, it didn't quite work as well. Believe you me, the last run was all about kind of like tossing out grenades and then using primary ability to completely annihilate crowds. Almost seems like a mechanical creep at times, right? You compare like Crown Prince, whose ability is just like, yeah, create time orb and toss poison gas grenade. And now we're here, where one of the characters basically has, oh yeah, it's like a combination of Sigma's shield and Kiriko's ultimate, just like mashed together. And then the previous DLC had like, oh yeah, you just get like a robot, right? A robot that will just like completely annihilate things for you. And you can have it annihilate things even more. Pretty nuts. The character in question, Noda, was actually the character that actually carried me all the way to reincarnation. I was having like the biggest trouble trying to clear even like the higher difficulties, but Noda came out and just like steamrolls everything. It's pretty much the solo character of choice. Mostly because one of the upgrades you can get for Nona is essentially like an auto revive. So as long as Ironwing doesn't go down, you can basically just get back up. Granted, with the later seasons, then everyone kind of It's one opportunity to pick up all 3 occult skulls in a treasure chest at once. They cannot. Oh, they're attained this way, they cannot be discarded, and after selection opportunities are exhausted, greedy choice will automatically be destroyed. So it's like a one chance to just like get them all. If you can't make a decision, just get all of them. I think that's like a post-launch scroll. One of the things I can appreciate about this game, all the scrolls that they add are free. Sometimes they add weapons for free too, right? It's not like all the weapons are paid DLC or anything like that. Wait, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Yeah, I should be going this way. Yeah, I guess all that to say, if you're Nona, before all their updates, Nona was like the character to go to if you wanted to kind of get carried through the lower difficulties. But with some of the later stuff they've added, it's not as necessary. Granted, if you're not playing as Nona, you still have to be a little careful, but you can be less careful, which I guess is what I want to say. Okay, what should I add here? Stack some mark, or when players are within... oh, it's like a support skill. Well, I'm running solo. Unless I want to like play Lyn as close range, but I don't know if I want to do that. Let's go with Winter is Coming. I mean, winter is coming, right? Although we just hit fall. What's everyone's favorite season? I'm personally like a spring kind of person. I don't know, I guess I just like the weather and the fact that everything's like slowly warming up. Like its form of temperate weather is like actually the one I prefer. I know fall also has temperate weather, but I don't know, spring I just like more. I mean, it's because the trees are also like, you know, regrowing their leaves, so it's all green. Although I have to I will admit that Fall's, changing colors tends to be quite nice to look at as well. And I guess when it comes to fashions, fall fashion is kind of like more my thing, right? Because that's like when you're cozying up. So that's when you're like breaking out the sweaters and the cozier clothes and what have you. Where it's spring, like you're lightening up your wardrobe. You're getting for the looser, lighter stuff. I personally like both styles of fashion. I actually had a Skeb commission, like, maybe not too long ago, where the person's whole thing was that they usually drew, like, your character in various different styles of clothing other than your default. And they appealed to me, like, not too long ago, so I responded to them, basically went, like, yeah, you know what? I'll leave the outfits to you, and just as make sure that they all include a dress or a skirt of some kind. And yeah, they kind of delivered right when they delivered the work. There's one particular style of dress that actually stood out to me. It was the one where they drew my character wearing a long dress and a vest. I'm like, man, I don't know why I didn't think of that, right? Because that seems like a sort of cozy time outfit. I feel like works in, like, both forms of temperate weather, right? You could see it as, like, warming up for spring, and then also kind of like bundling up for when you're cooling down in fall. So I feel like if I ever do like a casual outfit for my VTuber, I'll probably try to include that in some form, because boy howdy, does that really just speak to me. Feels like the kind of thing I would wear in real life too. Right? It's like combination of modesty on top of modesty and still accessorize a little bit and looking cute and what have you. Ooh, I wonder if I should get Moon Chaser after throwing Frozen Grenade. 7.5 seconds enhanced state, 50% rate of fire. Rifle bullets, auto-target weak spots. Okay, so almost as if it's saying, hey, Lynn likes rifles. Find rifles for her. Fortunately, all I got right now is a smig. I was like getting cursed scrolls. Crit hits. Yeah, I like that one. I'm gonna be using my primary skill a lot, so why not? Speaking of scab requests, I should probably go out there and get a few more, because Halloween's about to roll around, and got a couple of appeals going. Hey, no, Halloween season's about to come, and I'd love to draw your character in alternate costumes. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. Give that right to me. Okay, so this is like the season mechanic, right? So occasionally you'll see like an enhanced monster. It'll tell you to subjugate it, and once you deplete its health bar, it'll go into like a down state, and that's the window of time you have to like run up to it, press E, and kind of like hold it there for a minute. And if you manage to do that, you'll subjugate the monster. You'll get it in a Pokeball, egg, and give it enough time. I can explain more once I get through this part here. Okay, some breathing room. Alright, so you'll see here the season has a new tab for Demon Vanquishment. These are all the eggs you've picked up. You can find them here. And for now, this is like in a unhatched state. You have to kind of have it around for some time, and it'll hatch, and then you'll be able to kind of call upon it to fight for you. Okay, let's pray for shield. I like getting shield, because shield regenerates, right? I don't go for health too much because it's like most games with that sort of health shield dichotomy. If enemies can't punch through your shield, and since that regenerates, you might as well up that as high as you can. Oh boy. I wonder if I can... Oh, I can! This guy has a buttload of HP, though. So the whole thing you gotta do here is deplete this fella's HP all the way down to 0, but... You know, as the HP gets lower, they'll do more and more tricks to kind of throw you off your game. But you just gotta work as hard as you can. You gotta try to find those time balls to find the real one, and then take them out before time's up. Usually I'm able to, like, evaporate this fella's health. I'm not used to having to actually work for this stuff. Man, I don't even know if I'm gonna get this. Yeah, this ain't happening. I just need, like, more of those time orbs. That's all I really needed. But anyways, we did a good amount of damage to it, so we'll get a consolation prize. Yeah. Nothing negative to that. And, you know what? Let's get this. Just, wow, it's flamethrower. So wait, does this count as a SMIG or a assault rifle? I think it's a rifle. So maybe I should be using this. Use this until I find one of my main rifles. I hear this is the kind of thing that gets frustrating at higher levels. So I think might be applied to, like, roguelikes in general. If you can't find, like, the right things that let you, like, super pop off, might as well restart the run. Right? If you play for too long, you're, like, not getting the weapon that'll really let you actually survive the thing, then might as well give up. Right? You're fighting in a doomed reality, as it were. Alright, a little breathing room. I get... You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Just etch. Might as well etch the starter weapon because it costs 0 copper. Do I want to get this one? Probably shouldn't bother with the enhanced weapons, though, because I'll definitely get better ones later on. Oh, primary skills cooling down. Yeah, we definitely get this one. Fun thing about enhanced scrolls, it's like a 2-for-1, right? Think of, like, the perks, enhanced perks, when they have them in Call of Duty games. You get, like, an ability, and then you also get an additional ability. Or sometimes you get what would normally have been the downside, unlike the original scroll, just, like, goes away, or gets diminished in some manner. Alright. Oh! 100% AoE damage of Frost Burial. Can directly shatter weak spots. Yeah, you know what? I'll grab that. Might as well stick with the blue ones, right? Ooh. So this one encourages you to just, like, empty your entire mag. Don't just go for, like, the half reloads as you might. That's, like, the one habit I have, unfortunately, where if a combat scenario is over, I'll usually reload, right? Or if I think it's over. Sometimes that ends up biting me because sometimes some enemies just might pop out and surprise me. It's like, oh no, my gun is reloading. A reasonable person would probably like switch weapons or go for cover. I usually just go for cover no matter what. Really gotta swap out that smig. Alright. Further in we go. Ah, the good old elite invasion. No complicated mechanics or anything. It's just an enemy that hits harder and hits... Yeah, it just hits harder. Oh boy. This crossbow folk that... Oh my god. So the nice thing is that in solo, you do get like one chance to revive. You just have to spend a little soul essence, and I got so much that it's all good. It's like what makes Nona especially potent, because Ironwind essentially acts as like an ally who will just come over and revive you if able. So if you're really good about kind of, conserving your stuff, can potentially get all the way to the end. It's pretty wild. Oh. Hey, no, I should probably get this because it's a rapid fire weapon. Battle nature. Increased damage if you got enough enemies close to you. Oh boy. The defense mission. The only type of its kind so far. You just gotta protect that seal. Shouldn't be too bad with the flamethrower, right? How ironic is it that I got this character who is all about the ice powers, and she's using fire. It's like killing it with fire. I mean, she's still got the frost grenades and the burial. I guess there's that. I'm kind of surprised though that they're not making ice into like its own element. So I feel like certain games do that, right? Certain FPSs do that, where they'll have like the fire, ice, lightning subtypes, but this one just has ice, fire, poison. I guess it's because like they're things that you would reasonably expect on ammo, right? Because no one, ice bullets are not really like a thing in real life, I guess. Okay, this flamethrower is starting to get outpaced. Whew! It's a bit too close for my liking. Oh yeah, I should probably check out on our egg. Is it? No, it's still not hatched. Alright. Trust me, once you get one of those, things get a little bit easier. Alright, additional damage in the air. All picked up ammo will automatically convert. And an additional explosion when shooting. Oh, I feel like this would be the time to get everything, right? They're all beneficial. Just strictly beneficial. To an extent. Hopefully the conversion one won't come back to bite me in the butt, but yeah, going back to like talking about not having an additional damage type. Part of me wonders is because of the combination explosion that would cause. Like, imagine it would complicate things, because this game has like a whole thing where if you inflict like multiple status elements, you can get like combination status elements. And with the 3, you already get like 6 combo statuses you gotta kind of, you know, work with. Adding a fourth one would just, like, double that number. And I imagine trying to think of, like, a unique effect for each one would be challenging. Granted, they could try to, you know, cheat, but maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe that's why they just sticking with, you know, fire, ice, poison, and not really doing anything else. Goddamn snipers with their homing crossbows that always get me. When it comes to, like, having to take cover, those are the folks that make me take cover the most, really. Alright, is it just those two remaining? Whew! See, if I don't run around like a mad ram, then I can stand a chance of surviving. There's a thing I gotta dissuade myself from. Right, because lower difficulties usually just let you go unga bunga on the enemy. You can just, like, run up to them and blast them to pieces, but if you try that on higher difficulties, then usually their higher damage output means you'll be in for a world of hurt, so... Sometimes I've got to pace myself, make sure I don't just, like, you know, open myself up to big damage. Kind of bummed that this one doesn't increase the area of effect. I wonder if I should get this one, though. Frost Burial will add 2 stacks of mark up to 4. Each stack of mark triggers 30% Frost Burial damage. If it causes unbalanced, it refunds the cooldown. Try that. Feel like firing off Frost Burials more often come in handy. Oh, there we go, it's hatched. So, once you get the hatch an egg, it opens up, and now you have yourself your own Pokemon, demon ally. As you can see here. It's like one of the standard enemies of the game, but now they work for you. Also, they have, like, a small smattering of side benefits that they can get you. Fortunately for this season, it's, like, all randomized, and they do have, like, a Spirit Fusion option, which is why I mentioned this is kind of similar to SMT. Unfortunately, I don't have that feature unlocked yet, so can't really do that. We just gotta roll with whatever we get here. What do you have? So this is like a special merchant that only appears for this season. If you have especially bad luck with getting demons, then you can just, like, try your hand at purchasing one of these. Like, they don't have great benefits compared to, you know, the ones you can hatch from eggs, but it's better than nothing. And as far as I can tell, you can only have, like, one partner out with you, so you can't really roll with the whole team. Oh, wow, we're already at the boss. Also, we have ads coming up in a minute, so if you want to go get yourself some food or take a break, whatever, feel free to do so. Ah, there we go. This is what I'm looking for. And then I will refresh. Oh yeah, dash cooldown reduction. Yeah, let's get that. And you were useful, but I think I will go with this. And okay, yeah, that's going to see a departure. All right, let's face off against the boss. This is like one of the things that hasn't changed. The bosses still as you remember them. Still pretty fallible, too. Okay. Cycle. Cycle. What do we have here? Oh! Additional damage when weapon damage causes an elemental effect. Yes, please. What is this? 1% value of lethal line after shattering weak spot up to 100%. So is this like increased threshold to kind of cause them to go off balance? Seems like it. Alright. The palace is done. We are off to the desert. Now, this is like one of the things that also got an update. They added essentially like a new area you could potentially go to. So we'll see. We'll see if we get there. All right, we'll heal up and get in here. Unfortunately, this area also has some annoying homing snipers. These high levels essentially kind of boil down to take them out before they take you out. Like, turns into a game of rocket tag, almost. It's like the best way to keep it challenging, right? Because the whole thing about these games, it's like the threat of defeat. And usually the best way to do that is to afford the player fewer mistakes. And of course, the most you can give them is like all the way up to you will be instantly defeated if you get hit even once. Right. And at that point, it's like, well, you just have to have a variety of things that will either 100% negate all the damage, or just like give you ways to tank it somehow. Although you put that on a cooldown. Oh wow, my demon spirit is on the ropes. That ain't good. Oh. Spirit, get back! Thankfully, when you defeat the elite in like a bonus area, then all the lackeys die. Don't have to worry about some fella just getting a lucky shot off you unless they fired it prior to dying. In which case, yeah, that's bad luck. Increased base damage of Frost Burial. If I get the level 3. Weak spots shatter count halved when shot. Shattering weak spots guarantee unbalanced. Well, since I'm running a Frost Burial build anyway, I guess I might as well take that. %33% chance to reset the cooldown every time you use primary skill / dash. Not gonna get that one. Fill magazine after dashing. Let's look at the magic watch. And we keep going. Well, I think this is like the first area, so we got a lot of this level to go through. Another chance at a monster. But let's not jump our way there. We'll ease our way into it. There we go. Caught it. I imagine this kind of thing would probably be a lot more viable in co-op, because you could have like just the one person run up, subjugate a monster while everyone else like covers you. Like suppressing fire. Also, something to note is that the monsters that you get only stick with you for this run. It's not like you can, you know, store them in a belt or something and have them go with you in future runs, as far as I can tell. It should be jumping too, because I got that increased jump, increased midair damage. Ah, geez, okay. Almost bamboozled me, acid thrower. Not today, my good friend. As far as like intensity music goes, this might be my favorite. The way the drums just like start firing up when things get real, it just really gets the blood pumping, you know? Alright, what can we get here? Oh. Increase your damage resistance by 1.5, but that goes up as you level up the Ascension. What do you have for me, merchant? Not a fan of any of these, to be honest. Reach spell cast by Demon Spirit. Player's next main skill's final damage. Oh, wait. Maybe one of these might be good. Also a healer. Problem is the spirit won't aggro, so... It'll still kill things, though. I wonder if that's just like a mage passive, because I know these... Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, you know what? We'll get this. It does allow me to recover some health, which... You know, sometimes you don't quite get that, but yeah. As you can see here, I can only have one out at a time, so gotta pick and choose which like attributes do you want and which sort of functions do you need it to handle. Alright, moving on. Next one. Viewers are not affected by fusion effects. Good. Because some of them are nuts. Oh, it looks like we are getting the alt version of the desert. You can tell because the skies changed colors. You know how it was like kind of like brownish before and now it's a lot more blue? Like we're entering a different region of the desert. You can see we have different types of enemies too, right? They're like more insectoid in nature. More insectoid and... Would arachnid like be appropriate thing to say? Yeah, there's a lot of those is what I'm saying. Oh, some fun gameplay elements too, so you can ride zip lines, you know, like in other FPSs that have those sort of lines for you to jump on. I don't know if they animated those. I wonder if you can, like, see that when you're not playing as yourself. Oh, that's my spirit. According to the music, there's more fellas to defeat here, but I'm not... Oh, over here. Oh, wait, that wasn't my spirit. That was the enemy just being cloaked, which is why my spirit wasn't going over and, like, just annihilating them. What the heck? Was that like a bug that just got caught in the geometry and then the game was like, okay, we'll just explode it now because it has no way of reaching you. Alright, well, we can move on. Got anything for me? No, you don't. So you may have noticed that some of the enemies are spiders, but this game does have an arachnophobia option, so if the spiders really freak you out, you can at least change them. I think they changed them to like a different a model. Actually, I wonder if I can check that here. There we go, arachnophobia safe, right? When enabled, Spider's appearance will be replaced with other enemies, so... I'm glad for that, right? I'm glad for that. If you're the type of person who has arachnophobia, then you don't have to worry. You can still play this game. Thankfully. Oh, snap. Let's subjugate this giant monster. Surprised I didn't completely get my keister kicked in there. I kind of just barged in. Wait, is this, Tempest! It's one of the new items, okay. Playing with this. This is one of the things they added in the DLC, I believe. Yeah, but normally it has a little pew-pew thing, but once you kind of accumulate enough energy, just, you throw down a visor and just, like, lock on, and you just, and release it to hit a bunch of enemies. It's like, man, what is this, right? Like, originally you thought this was, like, some sort of, East Asian fantasy-inspired thing. Sure, the guns might be maybe a bit anachronic, but, they still have a bit of a fantasy feel to it, and then they just come out with like this gauntlet that just has a lock-on visor. It's like, alright, what is this weapon then? I guess you would call it, hey, we're like 3 DLCs in, we're starting to kind of run, we're starting to stretch it out a bit more to make these weapons feel unique, so just like roll with it, okay? Which is fine. Because, this is a setting that's not really based in any sort of reality, so you know what, sure. We'll just pretend that's like some sort of Magitech lock-on system they got going there, right? It's still fun. What is this weapon classified as? Is that... I think that's a launcher. That's a launcher-type weapon, right? Bummer. I mean, just not exactly good with Lyn, but... Come on, I want some stuff with elemental effects, man. Oh yeah, how are my eggs doing? Ooh, another crossbow fella. Shine player secondary skill deals damage. Increase everyone else's damage. I don't know. Still like my Kappa's stuff. Oh! I didn't realize they tell you outright, this weapon cannot hit weak spots. If you're gonna use this weapon with this character, you are seriously going to limit their potential, so... Alright. I showed what I wanted to show, so I can pitch that next chance I get. Could have sworn there was like another merchant around here that I might have missed. Did I? I think I jumped down from here, right? Okay, maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Let's just go to the bonus area. Oh, so, just in case you didn't have enough of the zip lines, here's a whole challenge area that kind of challenges you to know your mastery of the mechanic. They give you a bit of a primer here. It's like, oh yeah, you'll have to use the zip lines, but watch out for the boulders. They'll be in the path of the zip lines, so make sure you time using them. Now, you could go here, try to time your way across this whole thing, or, just like try to tank the boulder damage as you desperately rehook yourself onto it, but you can also go here to this optional area, and like each platforming rift kind of has this where they'll have like a side area where you can undertake a bit more difficult platforming challenge and try to reach a bonus chest. I thing about these areas is that they're always fixed, right? Like, once you get through it, you kind of know the motion, so... as long as you're good at the timing and at knowing what you have to do, you can usually get through, no problem. Yeah, that was all just about knowing when to release and then pressing hook in midair to get onto the next zip line, and then they mix it up a little bit. Ooh. Oh, maybe I should do this one. After using a weapon skill, extra weapon damage and skill damage, and if you used a primary skill, extra skill damage and weapon damage. Oh wait, no, it's minus, it's minus. The fact that the minus is on a different line kind of throws me. I assume that's just like a wraparound thing. Like if the window were different, then this would be different, but man, it's a bummer. Too bad I didn't save my greed thing for now. But yeah, of all of these, that will probably be best for boosting my DPS. Since I actually do use all this stuff as Lin. Yeah, we'll get that one. So anyways, it's been another week, hasn't it? A lot of stuff has happened. Has anyone checked out the PlayStation State of Play? I know a lot of people weren't like the most positive on it because, well, the last State of Play, I guess people weren't positive on that one either, and then Sony did have a lot of kind of unforced errors in the lead up to it, what with Concord and the PS5 Pro, but doesn't seem like the State of Play's changed opinions much either. I've seen some people kind of going saying it was meh, which, you know what, fine. I guess as far as exclusives go, there was the Astrobot update, which is pretty cool since everyone loved that game. And I do want to play that myself. I was almost in that path. Alright, let's go down to that red chest and see what it wants to offer us. Oh, it's another max thing. Yeah, sure. Get more shield. More shield for the shield throne. Yeah, apart from that, they also announced Lunar Remastered and Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1-2 Remastered. I'm glad those two are getting remastered, because I know people spoke fondly of those two, right? People like Lunar for being like, you know, the old school JRPG, and then I think Soul Reaver was like pretty unique with its setting and story, and the fact that it didn't really get any new games for a long time. That said, their one more thing was the one that people, I think, universally liked. Ghost of Yote! I guess the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, developed by Sucker Punch. It does look pretty cool. I do like how they're going with a completely new protagonist. Feels like the kind of thing they should do, right? Like, I think people have said that Jin's story, for the most part, is finished, and trying to make him the protag again would maybe stretch the realm of credibility. Not to mention, it probably gives them a bit more flexibility to, you know, have a different character go through a different arc, and not have to try to justify why Jin either loses his stuff or goes against even, like, stronger stuff. They can just have her relearn all of the old abilities, and hey, it's justified because she's a new person, so she wouldn't know him yet. Anyways, I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. Which I guess is the long and short of it. Oh yeah, there was the one thing that kind of had people scratching their heads at the least. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. I have to admit, I questioned that as well. Considering, what, came out just on the PS4, right? Granted, 7 years ago, but doesn't feel that long. Kind of feels like a similar trajectory The Last of Us took. Almost feels like they're kind of giving it a remaster only because people super enjoyed it. I personally enjoyed it myself. I know there's some people who came down really hard on it because, you know, after, even if you like take away the setting and the story and everything, it largely boiled down to being like an open world game with a bit of like hunting mechanics in it, which you think people would take to, but I don't know. There are some folks out there who really, really, really hate it when something is just derivative or doesn't do anything new. Thankfully, it seems like opinion. The people who really, really enjoyed Horizon, thankfully, were the ones that kept on saying stuff. So at least it's looked back upon a bit more fondly, even if the remaster is still weird. At least LEGO Horizon Adventures looks kinda neat. Pretty unexpected, though. Because, man. Yeah, I don't think there has been a LEGO game that has done, like, a platform-specific series, right? You don't see something like, say, LEGO Halo. Primarily because, like, Mega Bloks has the Halo stuff, but still. I know some people were, like, sort of down on Astrobot as well. Not because of Astrobot itself. They say the gameplay is great, but for what it represents, right? You see all those, like, properties, the series that Sony has, and, like, but for most people, they would take it as a celebration, right? It's like a celebration of the legacy of PlayStation, but other people are like, oh my god. You know, look at, all these series that have just been left to rot by Sony, right? They're just focusing on their big, super big name franchises that are earning them mega bucks at the moment. I think that's like part of where the resentment for things like God of War and Horizon come from, I guess. The fact that they're doing that and not like, I don't know, Sly Cooper or Ape Escape or Parappa, you know. They've, like, been relegated to cameo status, which I guess... I'm of two minds of it. One, I get it. You want to see your favorites just, like, get some love. On the other hand... I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. Right? For, like, example, Sly Cooper. Well, I guess Sly Cooper would be the one I actually want to see a continuation of some form or another, so that's not a good example, but... I don't know. It feels like a paradox of sorts, too, right? Like, yes, we want people to try something new, but we also want them to, you know, keep the old things alive. And I know it's a false dichotomy. You can do both, but I think people forget that sometimes there's only so much bandwidth for doing everything, and sometimes you can only focus so much energy on stuff. How's the saying go? You can't please everyone. I think that's an adage that some people really, really ought to keep in mind for one reason or another. Personally, I like the state of play. Then again, I'm usually come out of most of these conferences being okay. I'm not one of those, like, ultra cynical types who maybe 99% of the time goes, oh my god, this sucked, where is X, where is Y, where is Z? I'm like, you know what, that was all pretty cool. You know, maybe a lot of it isn't tailored towards me, but hey, they came out with a solid showing variety of things. It's fine. Unfortunately, it seems like on this day and age of the internet, just being middle of the road really doesn't get you far. You're not just like going full ham on everything, and people don't pay much attention to you. And I find that exhausting, right? It's got to be tiring to just go at like 100 for the entire time. Can't imagine anyone just doing that. forever. I couldn't do that forever. Seriously. Yeah, now we're back to the more sandstormy parts of this area. To face off against the boss. Seriously need another rifle weapon. Well, we'll see if I can take this fella down. Oh my god. Did I actually two-shot the boss? Just tossed a grenade and then buried it in snow. Like I said, sometimes it's a game of rocket tag, right? They either hit you first or you hit them first. Oh, here we go. Okay, this weapon cannot hit weak spots. This one hits weak spots though, right? No element, though. Oh well, I want to show it off because this is one of the DLC weapons, so I'll hold on to it for now. The Scroll Enhancer. Upon recycling a secret scroll, randomly enhance a held occult scroll, excluding Scroll Enhancer. There's a 100% chance to destroy it. Reach non-enhanced and non-cursed occult scroll in the backpack. 10. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is like basically the gacha enhancement thing. You could try to perhaps enhance a scroll, but there's a chance you might also blow it up, so choose wisely. Okay, so said this is one of the DLC weapons, the Starfly. And I guess it just auto fires. You kind of just put the the white circle over a thing, and it'll automatically shoot it. Wow. Very much a fire and forget kind of weapon, although as the little thing said, doesn't hit weak spots, so that's the trade-off. Still got ammo though. Interesting. In any case, let's move on to the third area, the third scene. What you got for me? Should I go for skill damage, since I use Frost Burial somewhat frequently? Also about to have another ad break in a minute, so get ready for that. Alright, we'll use this one briefly, just to show it off. Oh, okay, so the circle does automatically lock on the enemy's end. Doesn't damage them very fast, but, you know, you really don't have to worry about doing things like aiming. You just, like, you know, point your thing in a general direction and... Oh, I guess it does have a super mode, too, where it fires even more projectiles. That's pretty wild. Alright, fun times, but I do want to use Lynn's mechanics, so we'll go back to this. Ooh, there's a vault up there. Cooldown for skill is pretty quick, too. So you could reasonably clear out crowds of enemies if you're pretty diligent about saving it for the big folks. You do have to watch out for when things blast you. Oh, hey! Another fire weapon. 3-round burst, though. I prefer just, like, full auto. Oh, hey! Let's try this one. That's a bow. The heck. And it's got the Gemini that doesn't really do anything for it because there's no element. Dang it. I'm just stuck with a cursed scroll. Going up. Going up to the second floor. On this floor, enemies, weapons, scrolls, maybe some merchants. Oh, and a capturable monster. All right. Don't want to get tunnel vision though. Lest we let these folks completely bamboozle me. Subjugation is pretty quick. You have to stand still for a moment, but it is only just a moment. You don't have to kind of twiddle your thumbs for like a few seconds. Sometimes you might not even have that much, depending on how high the difficulty you're playing on is. Right. Oh, I thought the other person dropped down, but no, they're still up here. Get wrecked. Music's still popping off. Which means there's still folks to blow up. I love calamari. I think I mentioned this already, but I used to not be a fan of sushi. That was for like the dumbest reasons, because I didn't want to eat raw food. Which, you know, 9 times out of 10, that's usually a good thing, but sushi's like different, you know? Eventually got over that and ate sushi, and I was like, man, I can't believe I avoided it this whole time, and now I'm like a regular eater of sushi. Found that there's like a sushi place fairly close to me that I can order sushi from, so I get sushi there every now and then, and it rules. It's so good. Or I sell some of my other demons here for a little bit of money. Might be able to use it later, you know? Yeah, I'll stick with the Kappa. Ooh, I should probably check my tab. Lots of demons ready to be hatched. Oh wow, you got two exclusive abilities. Cast secondary skill to first enemy hit when demon spirit attacking. Okay, this was the one that is like kind of nuts when you're playing as Momo. We'll see if I can get that one. Hey there, buddy! Hello, Venom! Good to see you. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, we'll bring the archer out, since I don't seem to have too much trouble surviving. I'll have them accompany me for a bit. Great, and you? I'm managing. Taking a lot of steps to get my commitment done. Still a bit to go, but making progress. I feel like I'm almost there. Just got a little bit more to do, so I'm kind of getting back into swinging things here with the streaming and stuff. Yeah, I do apologize for just kind of hunkering down here and drastically reducing my schedule, but I kind of needed to get it done. As I said last week, it was a thing. It was an issue revolving around my room, and unfortunately, I'm kind of the one left holding the bag, so I have to be the one to resolve it. So that's how it be. That's how it be. Oh my god. I wonder if this is a new thing they added, because I don't remember like having these like barrages happen before. I don't know if they're for me or against me. I don't want to enter the AoE in any case, because it seems like it might hurt if it's not allied with me. Although I wonder if that's meant to be foreshadowing. If I see those barrages now, does that mean I'll face off against the ghost ship boss? Is there like a separate mechanic that happens if I'm to face off against the Hydra instead? Fortunately, I am not sure of that. So we'll etch another inscription, even though I won't be using that weapon because it's not a rifle. I like the way it works. It's it looks like she's like force choking her target, because like the way they float up in the air too, about to eat massive amounts of damage. It's like, this makes me want to say, I find your lack of faith disturbing. Oh god, what? And this is what I'm talking about. Like, one bad moment, and just like find yourself on the brink of defeat. I must accidentally stood in like one of those barrages or something. God damn. Now it's just a whole game of just like desperately staying in one place until your health, your shield returns. I mean, whew. Okay, made it. Dude, you can't stream, you can't stream. We all have our lives. Mine also got kind of busy. Oh, well, I'm glad you understand. Thanks for understanding. And yeah, hope you're getting through as well. Yeah, I know that's like one of the things I espouse. It's just like, yeah, you know, if real life kind of calls out, right? You gotta handle real life things, and you go do that, right? And I would be like a massive hypocrite if I didn't follow my own saying, you know? So I have real life things to take care of, so that's kind of what I'm focusing on at the moment. Alright, I guess we'll get more Frostbite Edge. Made our way to the pier. This is actually like the furthest I've gotten with the Frost and Inkwash characters. When I was having a run as Momo, this is like where I unfortunately fell because I got one shot by one of their attacks. On the other hand, it does feel like these weapons have a maximum range maximum range they can go. So unless you're like using snipers or something, you can't really just like stand a million feet away and expect your shots to still deal damage to them. Let's look for scrolls. Yeah, keep looking. Too undesirable. Not a fan of that. Nope, not special ammo. Glazed sight. I get hit too much for that. I don't know about that one. Faster you move, more damage resistance you gain. Sure, we'll go with that. Yoink. Alright, goes up to 27%, so I like double my resistance, and that goes even higher if I happen to up my speed even more. I don't know if Lynn has extra speed increases kind of in her ascensions or not. Otherwise, I might have to rely on scrolls, which is fine. Hey, someone in a cabin. Maybe we should knock. Maybe have a quest, side quest. That's usually how these things go, right? Just like the person in the cabin out in the middle of nowhere usually has something for you to do. It's usually that, or they're like the location of the ultimate blacksmith. The one who will forge your weapons further beyond their limits, or something like that. Sorry. It's just like basis of a joke from an old webcomic I used to read. It was like close to the end of the run. It was an RPG-based webcomic, and close to the end of the run, they had a gag based on the ultimate blacksmith, where the ultimate blacksmith was mad because the heroes didn't go visit him. It was like, they should have seen me now, the ultimate blacksmith. And they're wondering why the heroes didn't pick up on their vaguely worded clues to kind of go up to their location up in the remote mountains. And their apprentice was like, yeah, maybe it's because their clues were like super vague and stuff. It's like, well, nonsense, I'll just keep waiting for them. Surely they're bound to come at some point. Man, that webcomics has got to be like super old by now. I hope the artist is doing well. Whatever path they may have taken now, whether they are still drawing comics or maybe just like decided to take a different direction in life. I hope they are all right. That's the most I can hope for anyone, right? Okay, what do you have? Whoa. Oh, you're a guardian. So I wonder if that means they more effectively draw fire. Probably sell some of my other stuff, get a little money out of them. Because I can't do much else. Oh yeah, vendor, what you got? Extra lucky shot chance. You know what? First I should get this assault rifle. I wonder, I hope there's like a forge fellow around here. I might backtrack just to have my shot at him. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh that, see what we get. Ah. Oh man. I don't like either of these. Oh well. That's how it be sometimes. You win some, you lose some, right? Although I guess we could get Lightning Blast just to replace this, since it is a rifle weapon, so we're conductive to Lynn's strategy here. Ooh, definitely gonna get a max for this. Alright, going back. Gonna backtrack. I need to find that upgrader guy so he can really pop off with our loadout here. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna take a detour. This is like when you're on a trip and you realize you're going down the wrong road. You're like, all right, we gotta pull over for a bit, make sure we're going the right way. I guess it gets not that bad with the advent of easy to reach GPS, but till then, it's a bit harrowing. Okay, gonna reforge inscriptions until I get. Wow, that was easy. Elemental advantage. That's what I like, because combo elements can be pretty nuts. Personal favorite is the lightning plus poison one, because that creates a super crazy DOT that does like max percentage base damage rather than, you know, like numerical base damage, so it's crazy. It's crazy. You can easily melt like regular enemies with them. The other two combo effects, if I remember correctly, one of them is like a charm effect, which converts an enemy to fight by your side. And then the other one is like just creates an AoE burst. So they're all useful in their own way, you know? I guess I was wrong earlier. I said there were 12 effects. It's only 3. And like adding another element would require you to kind of, you know, think of another 3. Which, when you're trying to like think of a unique effect for each one, I imagine is quite a bit. That said, I wouldn't mind if they doubled up on effects, but maybe that's not what they want to do. I mean, they're not above just adding new types, because this DLC does add a new weapon type, right? Like, some of the stuff you saw earlier belongs to the weapon class staves, which seems to be a catch-all for just, hey, these weapons will do some unique effects and also interact with your skill in some way or another. So there is that. But as of at the moment, there's only 2 staves in the game. What do you got? 1 random ammo for every 1 meter traveled? Yeah, I like that one. And nothing else here, unfortunately. What we can do is enhance our gun, finally, because this is probably what I'm going to stick with. And we are facing off against the ghost ship boss. And things are so much different when you actually have to just like manually shoot each thing, right? This ain't like Iron Wing where you can just press skill button and watch the boss just go into its alternate state. I guess you can kind of still sort of do that if your thing is not on cooldown. So glad there's like a little breathing room between these 3 zones. It's like you're not completely boned if you stay at one of the edges. Alright, time for parte dos. Unfortunately, it doesn't fire in just a line anymore. Its cannonball shots are much more varied. Oh, this ain't good. It's all about threading the needle. Thread that needle. Woo! Somehow I fucking made it. Holy cow. I thought for sure this was gonna be the end of it. It's gonna be the end of the run. Increased lucky shot chance, but total lucky shot chance won't exceed 150%. Is there a way I can like examine hero attributes? It would be nice to see like how much of these certain stats you've accumulated. I don't think I have any increased lucky shot chance, so maybe I'll just take this one. It's also funny seeing games trying to differentiate between, you know, the 2 types of crits, right? You did the RPG random chance critical hit, and then the other type of critical hit you get for, you know, hitting critical points like headshots. So you usually see the like RNG crit be referred to something else, like how this game calls it lucky shot, and say like RoboQuest would call it auto crit. Both make sense. Both make sense in a way. It's like perhaps one of the reason. Oh yeah, they updated this area too. Granted, this was in Season 2, but The icy areas of this place you now slip and slide on, so you can kind of slide back and forth. It's funny because one of the objectives in Season 2 require you to kind of just like slide on the ice for a certain distance, so it's just funny. You just kind of slid back and forth for a while until you met the requirement, and then it was like, alright, we're good. I wonder if Lyn will be able to take on the true final boss of the game. It's just going to be all about doing the Frost Grenade, Frost Burial combo until they finally fall. One-hit kill against most regular enemies, but it's just like a massive damage dealer to other enemies. Man, rate of fire is kind of nuts. I like how the objective says, subdue it quickly, but for the most part, it doesn't seem like there's a time limit. At least as far as I can tell, there's not a time limit. Just a time limit to, you know, actually subjugating the monster once you do deplete its health. If you actually don't succeed in, like, subjugating the monster before time runs out, it does get back up with a small amount of health restored, so there is that. Also, as far as I can tell, there's, like, not too much of a correlation between the type of enemy you defeat and the kind of enemy you could potentially get from an egg, so I guess you could say the season is like Pokemon Light in a way, which is fine, right? Don't expect anything too deep. It's just like a fun thing to mix gameplay up for a few months. Alright, are we done? Are we done yet? Or is still more folks to defeat? Just the one, it looks like. Alright, area cleared. Let's go back to Forge Fella down here. Nice thing about this game, no fall damage. Granted, most of the time you're not gonna find yourself in a situation where you could incur fall damage, but oh yeah, I should probably checking on my eggs. Let's see what I got here. I don't know. Still like my archer. Kind of killing it at the moment. That is probably my least favorite attribute, the ones where it's like, oh yeah, after they've run out of HP, they stay alive for like a little bit longer. Most of the time, it just feels like you're just waiting for the clock to run down for them to just like finally eat it. I imagine higher difficulties, maybe them staying alive would come into play, but oh. It's always those UFOs, man. So I keep on forgetting to bunny hop. I should do that. Oh. Got from me immunity to slows. Yeah, I'll take that. And less HP, copper gained up. We'll go just try something else. I don't like that one. Are you dead yet? No. Are you dead yet? We'll take that as a yes. Does feel like that sometimes. You stumble upon like the right combination of stuff, and your run just turns Just basically you just like steamrolling over the opposition. You're like a one animal wrecking crew. You essentially become like Jason Voorhees to them. Yeah, I think it's fine to move on, right? Did I go in the optional area for this one? Did I even find it? The radar is pointing me to the purple thing. Well, won't be too long to go back and check it, right? Ha! Good thing I checked. Might as well take every advantage we can get, right? There's only like one type of elite enemy in this area, and it's always super annoying. It's like the deer sniper that just splits into two. Or splits into three. And either you're just gonna get lucky and defeat the real one on your first go, or you're just gonna have to shoot everything repeatedly, or just hope they bunch up and you can just hit them with AoE damage and just take them out that way. Ooh, I think I'll go with this one. Increased lightning damage, yeah. Alright, now we can move on to the next area. Thankfully, since this is like the sort of bonus area, it's mercifully short, so it won't extend your runtime too much longer. Pretty much have like 2 regular areas and then the final boss to face off against. Time for stage DOS. I think I'm starting to see that cooldown bonus at work here. Aw, geez. Always the harrowing part of the UFOs when they just decide, yeah, we're done buffing enemies, we're just gonna shoot missiles at you. It's like, oh, you thought we were just like a support enemy? Haha, think again, we can actually fight back. If our back is to the wall. Which would be a weird thing because we're flying, but still. There you are. Be subjugated. I wonder if there's only like 2 classes of eggs. You got the blue eggs and the blue eggs and the gold eggs, and so I haven't seen anything further than that. No purple eggs or anything. You just either get regular demons or you get rare demons. I like how the ice effect just like does funky things with the UFOs. It's like, oh man, normally the thing just like flies out of control and crashes, but it's like awkwardly floats there for a moment until blowing up. Also, ad breaks coming soon, I think, so go take a break if you wish. I'll probably still be on this run when you come back. Although we are approaching the end. Hopefully ad break won't extend itself into the final boss fight. I mean, you've seen them before. Nothing's changed about them. Although part of me does wonder if they're willing to add like alternate stages for the existing stuff. Hopefully they'll work towards adding like alternate stages for other areas too. So they got one for the desert. Maybe we'll see one for you know, the shrine and the docks and the snow mountain as well. That would be cool. That'd be cool, I think. And it is a free update too, so there's that. It's pretty rad. Ooh. Damage directly to their HP. I can dig that. I can absolutely dig that. Yeah, you seals ain't got nothing on me. Yeah, I can practically delete those UFOs, at least on this difficulty anyway. Also, I was mistaken. There's like more than one type of elite enemy in this area. It's just that those snipers are the most annoying. These are annoying, but they feel like they're a lot more manageable on the sole basis that they don't create clones of themselves, or illusory clones of themselves. Welcome back from ads, folks. I hope you got some decent ones, or you got yourself something good. Or you rested up, in any case. So you do find the one demon that you do like. It's basically every other demon you get is just free money, in a sense. Alright, here we are! Oh, looks like we're gonna face off against the Pole Monarch. Both of the bosses are a challenge, but I feel like this one is like a bit more of a challenge. Might be just me, though. Ooh, I should get this one. Just swap them out. Would it be worth it? I guess we can compare. How's it look? Alright, so it loses a bit of damage, but it can fire even more fire scale bombs. Also spreads its elemental effect, which doesn't matter. I might actually just stick with this one. Let's go ahead and level that up. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can defeat the Pole Monarch for the first time, for the last time. You know, I just realized that assembling animation now reminds me a lot of the way was it Chai's sword in Hi-Fi Rush gets assembled, because it's like kind of the same way, where a bunch of junk bits just kind of assemble themselves on his little grabber arm thing. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I got this. This guy's health is going down pretty quickly. Oh, I think we did it. We're in... Oh, wait, not yet. Gotta play Ikaruga for a moment. Or I guess it would be Nier. Would Nier be a better fit for this? Crap. I was waiting to use my two-hit combo, but maybe I shouldn't have done that. Alright. Well, ate it right at the end. I choked. I, like, mega choked. God damn it. I was right there, man. Ah, well. So they changed the way season progression works, too. Like, a little bit, as you saw before. Like, it works like other season levels do now, right? Like, seasons 1 and 2. You had like a fixed set of objectives, and for and you leveled up based on like the number of objectives you completed, but now that has like a more traditional experience meter. So you'll get experience for like every run you complete, and now the bonus objectives will award you with experience. So like before, the seasons would only have like 40 levels, but now they go up to 50. And they can even go beyond, right? You don't cap at 50, you can like keep on going up to infinity. And that's because the avatar frame you get can optionally display the highest level you reached. So I guess that's like a way to kind of show off how much you played during this season if you want. So that's pretty cool, right? So yeah, as you can see, your objectives here now will award you with experience rather than giving you spiritual essence and ticking up the counter that way. Which I guess is fine, right? If you don't want to maybe go out of your way to, say, for example, get 3 level 3 ascensions in a run, or complete a run in reincarnation difficulty without upgrading your weapons at all, you can just go on runs, right? You'll get 1 or 2 levels per run if you get far enough, and you know, you play long enough and you'll reach 50. It is a bit of a grind if you go for that way, but you know, it's not anything imposing, right? It's not like you're gonna have to kind of hunker down and play for like 3 months to max out everything. To that end, this game does respect your time, which I can respect in return. And if you're wondering, but what happens if the season ends? What happens if I don't reach max level? Well, fear not. Because, like, all the previous season rewards, you can just buy them, right? You can just buy them for Spirit Essence. They will be here. You can just pick them up. Which is cool, right? It's, like, super cool. So, there's, like, the FOMO is minimal, right? The only thing you're really missing out on is just getting them for free by completing the optional objectives during the season. You can still get the rewards afterwards, right? You can get the emotes, you can get the portraits, you can get the frames, you can get the alternate idle poses for characters. There's very little you're missing out on in the seasons if you decide, hey, okay, you know what, maybe I'll just take a break, right? The only thing, I guess, is just like having a smaller number on the avatar frame, and then there's the event-based avatar frames here, you know, the 1 million first anniversary. It's like, yeah, well, if you missed out, you ain't getting those, which is fine. I mean, it's like mostly just to say I was here, right? Those types of rewards are like I was here type of rewards. Oh, and you may be wondering about the previous season mechanics as well, right? It's like, oh yeah, you can play Demon Vanquishment, but what if you want to play, like, say, Season 1 with the scrolls, or Season 2 with the devices? Just go here. They have the previous mechanics, and give you the summary and what you can do with it. It's pretty cool. So again, FOMO minimal, right? If you decide to skip a season, you can go back and play it at your own pace. That's neat. It is, right? So this game is just gonna keep on adding, and it's not you're not gonna miss out on it. Like, you're missing out on very, very little, right? Most of the stuff you probably are gonna miss out on won't matter too much in the long run. You can still get everything else. I like it. I like it. I like the way they're doing seasons in this game, and I'd say only Deep Rock Galactic comes close to kind of doing what this game does, and they do it well too. So yeah, props to the devs for this one. They respect your time. They're like, yeah, you know, if you want to take a break, cool. We'll welcome you back whenever, and you can still enjoy everything. Well, almost everything. Everything that matters. But anyways, let's show off Momo. We'll show off what this guy can do. Little squirrel here. Oh yeah, we'll get that one. Make the secondary skill hit even harder. I like knives with this fella, or pistols. This game does a funny thing where all the throwing knives you can pick up are classified as pistol weapons. Which adds a lot more to this game than you might think. If they had, like, say, just classified this as like a throwing weapon or something. Wouldn't have been too hard to kind of work around that, but still. Anyways, as I said, this guy's whole shtick is that he's all about the ink and the abilities revolving around that. So his grenade-like ability is him just chucking out a barrier that blocks projectiles and smacks into enemies and creates a speed zone for you to kind of walk through. And then his primary ability basically turns him into Inkling, just like get up to a group of enemies and then explode for big AoE damage. I guess to that end, this guy could favor shotguns as well. Just like close on in on an enemy, do your initial ink burst damage, and then blam blam, wipe out the rest with your shotgun. I just wish there was like more of an effect when you do your ink explosion thing. Like maybe give that a bit more of a visual or more of a sound effect or something. Sometimes it feels like nothing's really popping off, and maybe that happens to be the case, but I will give them props though. The shift to like third person is pretty seamless, right? This doesn't feel awkward or anything like that, so that's pretty neat. Oh right, I cleared out this area, so we can go to the next one. Sure, this ability looks a lot better when you're not the one using it. Oh man, shield fella. Getting around you. This guy really be like a hybrid of support, infiltrator, debuffer. He does a lot of things, and it's kind of wild. Oh, I'm getting a bit too careless here. And if I can, like, just, dang it, wow! Really botching it here. Good lord. Oh, there goes my one freebie revive. Just have to be extra careful for, like, literally the rest of this run. It's probably, like, another thing I neglect to do with, this game is just like use my grenade abilities more often, because it's like the destructible objects drop enough grenades such that you're rarely lacking for them unless you're just spamming them with impunity. And there's actually an ability you can kind of get in the skill tree that also restores the amount of like grenade abilities you get when you fire like a certain amount of ammo. It's like they're really trying to say, hey, just like, you know, don't worry about conserving your grenades too much. We'll make sure you get a good supply of them. Although I am sitting at 1 now, so maybe I should be a bit more careful with them. Yeah, pause and turn will debuff the enemies in the blank domain. It's a buff for us, but it's now become a debuff for them. Okay, we're back up to 5 ink scrolls, but wouldn't hurt to look around for some more, right? The fact that Momo creates these zones makes him especially deadly in corridors. Which I guess means he's kind of a beast in the first area. Maybe not so much in the later areas, which are a bit more open. Oh, here we go. First shot at a demonic fella, but I got caught on some goddamn scenery. God damn it. Alright, well, that's how it goes sometimes, right? You win some, you lose some. That's how these roguelites go. Occasionally you'll hit a run of bad luck. But it's still leveled up. Okay. Why don't we try this again, but I'm gonna show off another feature that they added, and I think this is like available to everyone. Bots! You can add bots and just boom! Squad! You just have yourself 3 AI members to help you out. Admittedly, I have not tried them, so I'm not sure how this will go, but let's bring them out. We'll have Lynn stick around. And, bring out Lee, and, why not bring Crown Prince, because he's kind of like the main character, right? Alright. Actually kind of looking forward to this. So, you know, if you're like the type of person who plays solo, but you kind of want to get something resembling a co-op experience, there you go. Spiritual puppets, they will kind of march around with you, and I do wonder how they will work. Ooh, this one's handy. This is like basically the second wind mechanic from Borderlands. You get, if your HP reaches 0, you have 10 seconds to kill an enemy, and then you'll come back to life, but it has a 45-second cooldown, so, you know, don't die too often. Oh, I wonder if this means the puppets will also kind of eat it. Guess we'll find out. Are they just gonna... Are they just, like, stuck with preset weapons, or... Actually, are they, like, doing anything? Are they just, like, following me? Maybe they need more targets. I think they're shooting people. Yeah, I wasn't shooting that fella and they died, so they're definitely shooting people. They're not like using their abilities or anything, which I guess is fine. They're AI bots. They're not anything too complex. You know, so maybe they'll try to tweak them as time goes on, but considering this is like a thing they didn't have, like, you know, on the onset, I think it's fine. Oh, wow, spiritual puppets can find vaults. Interesting. So this weapon is fun. It's like a suck cannon. right? You hold down the primary fire button and you just like extract life essence from them, and you can kind of convert that into a laser beam to really lay on the hurt to a singular target. It's pretty wild, let me tell you. Alright, since you so kindly found this for me, I might as well go in here, right? So the beam does melt. Oh, huh. Okay, that was like Crown Prince's time stop ability, so they can, like, use their stuff. I don't like this one. Kind of like at the whims of RNG if you choose that one. Randomizes your amount of money digits, and fortunately kind of like stacks it against you, so I'll always pick like the I think it picks the lowest digit as like the highest sort of you know, highest position, and then goes from there. It is the first area. Maybe in the subsequent areas we'll start seeing their health kind of melt a little bit faster or something, maybe. What the heck is hitting me? This is the poison. I think it was the poison. Okay. You discovered the... Was it on the other side? Are you shooting things through walls? Yes, yes you are. Yeah. I mean, there are worse things it could do, I suppose. Okay, we're switching. I don't like you anymore. Going in. I mentioned that I'm not too much a fan of it. I feel like it kind of draws away my attention from other things, and I eventually become too preoccupied with trying to hit its little rhythm minigame that I forget to actually pay attention to things shooting at me. Oh yeah, I think that was like a fire explosion thing from Lee there, so... Alright, we made it. Ooh, lightning damage up, sure, we'll go with that. I usually kind of prefer lightning weapons in this game, because a lot of enemies have shields, and lightning damage really evaporates shields. It's like how acid damage really evaporates armor, and then fire damage really evaporates flesh, so... That might be why they don't add a fourth element, because it's like, yeah, there's really nothing we can make super effective against it, and the one effect that we could have associated with ice would just kind of break the game in half, so... Nah. Guess I can get it from that angle. On a kind of unrelated note, has anyone been following the Tokyo Game Show? Personally, I've only seen the Xbox conference so far, but it seemed kind of neat. I'm perhaps a little amused by it, because, you know, the Xbox isn't like the hottest thing in Japan, but I guess Microsoft has to go there anyway, because not doing so would just invite more criticism. And, you know, there are fans, right? Even if there aren't that many. Might as well try to reach out, because you never know, right? Maybe the fortunes will change. Like, I don't know. There's a period of time on the 360 where it felt like a lot of JRPGs were kind of coming out first on Xbox. Man, that weapon kind of sucks. At the very least, I don't know how to use it well. Attacks mark enemies. Targets take AoE damage when hit by Phoenix Roar. Oh. That like the secondary fire, I suppose. Yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe I just suck. Is it just me, or are my allies' attacks also just causing these statues to come to life? Or maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Dang it. Should have exited for him a little bit earlier. I could have done some explosion damage to him. Ah, that's fine. Fine, everything's fine. Almost feels like if you want to play Momo like a long-range fighter, you could. Long-range support, because the scrolls do work just like providing a party buff, so it's like kind of neat. I'm just gonna end up fighting everything here, aren't I? Just enough stray bullets are just gonna catch the other statues. No, there's still some. Finally. Probably should have gone on for much shorter, but yeah, well. Hey, maybe we'll actually get to see an alternative monster here. Fortunately, that is a damage zone. Oh, you know what? Now I'm wondering. If I go down, will my AI members revive me? Well, we won't find out now. But yeah, the Xbox TGS conference had some neat things announced. There's that Tanuki Pawn summer game. Seemed kind of interesting, and then there was the Threads of Time HD RPG. Seems pretty neat too. Then they announced a bunch of other stuff, like a whole bunch of games just like coming to Game Pass. What, they got the StarCraft and the Katamari's and the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, and like the 2 Mana games. What is it, Trials and Visions? I think they were. They really give it their all. Really gave it their all for this one. Or at the very least, they came swinging a little bit, so can respect it for that, I think. Oh wait, are these like demons that my allies have decided to pick up, or that the game has given them because we got the first one? So they imitate that as well. Kind of wild. Seriously, if they're able to revive me, then this is like almost a free pass to the end, right? Isn't it? Guess we'll find out. Oh. Oh, is that what that... They're pinging things too. Just to let you know, hey, there's a point of interest here. Yeah, I think I'll get the Agile Laser Gloves. We'll pitch this staff because I'm not good with it. You know, thankfully, this one doesn't have like a rhythm secondary for yourself to be concerned with. You just fire and forget. Alright, give me a moment while I subjugate. Alright, return you to your regularly scheduled room clearing out. Okay, I think we got everyone. Is my egg? Yeah, it's ready. Well, you're all I got for now, so this is what we're rolling with. What do I want to get? Slightly increased damage of drawing come true based on area of clear domains. So, this really becomes a long-range power, huh? Or we could get this one. Increased movement speed bonus and again gain a damage bonus on top of the amount of speed bonus you get. Although that was like the other thing that kind of caught my eye not too long ago. Is it the Power World devs are getting sued? Like Nintendo is finally putting the heat on them, issuing them a lawsuit. Which makes me wonder, because it's like specifically a patent lawsuit, so it's like something about the game mechanics is that something Nintendo is not cool with. Fortunately, we are not privy to the details, so I won't know for a while. I am curious as to what they found out. The fact that they waited until now makes me think that they got like a pretty legit case on their hands, and you know, even though Power World is like a totally different thing. Ah, I like both. And execute, or I could get immunity to curse scrolls. I could just pick up all the curse scrolls I want, and then get the things that work with curse scrolls and just make that a net benefit. It's like pretty much the rule of talisman, unless I have a character who wants to benefit from curse scrolls, which I don't think there's anyone like that. But otherwise, I usually go for the curse scroll nullifier. Alright, the alternate boss of the area, Golem! Oh, does it like aim its laser at everyone? Get behind the rock. Woo! A little bit too close, there. Well, it looks like the lobster's gonna eat it soon, so I guess we'll find out what happens if a spirit dies. Oh, it revives. Oh, I like how all the bots gave a thumbs up. It's like, congrats, you defeated the enemy. Well done. Almost like it's trying to teach you good manners, right? It's like, yeah, celebrate a job well done with everyone. Why don't you? Ooh, lightning damage. Yeah, gonna swap this out. You were a fun weapon, but I like the ones that you can just unga bunga with. Just hold down fire and then watch things die. It's usually how I go. Wait, acquired imitation? The heck? Able to increase one level of an activated ascension when the total ascension level is not below 6? Wait, does that mean it's like 6 or greater I can... Oh! It's like a bit of a gap filler. Oh! I didn't realize they had a thing here too to deactivate effects, so... If the visuals get to be a bit too much for you, then you can just disable them. That's appreciated. Like I said, this game seems to respect its players a lot, and that I find to be absolutely commendable. It's one of the reasons why I stuck around with it this long. In addition to all the ways to kind of mix things up, they also do things like that. It's pretty cool. I wonder if I should get steady profit, just get all the enhanced scrolls. Alright, next area. Well, I guess first area of the second zone. I really should just be crisscross applesaucing this entire area with ink domains, just create buff and debuff zones. I wonder if they stack. I wonder if you can get like an even greater buff or debuff if you just have like multiple speed zones. I imagine you don't, because it would be pretty absurdly broken that way. Let's get a normal scroll. Evil Devouring Sword. If I remember correctly, this is... Yeah, for every cursed scroll you own, boosted weapon and skill damage. Normally it would be a trade-off, but if you got the cursed nullifier, it's just a straight benefit. Ooh, I like that one. I want to swap the glove. Yes, I do. I imagine with the bots active, they have like the usual multiplayer scaling, so all the enemies do become a bit hardier to compensate because, hey, even if they are AI companions, you still have companions, so that's just like a lot more things shooting at the opposition, right? Alright, let's etch. Oh, good. Both Geminis. Alright, let's see if I can get the elemental. Boom! Done. I have myself a combo lightning fire assault rifle. That's pretty cool. Oh, what's that red meter? Is that like its revive meter if it... Or no, that's its health, because it's refilling. I wonder if that means if your current demon eats it, you could just like pause and then swap in a new one and just kind of rotate through like that. I imagine it's like less useful in multiplayer considering, you know, time doesn't stop when you go into the menus in multiplayer for obvious reasons. Wow, that was quick. Guess we'll get this one. Just increase damage after picking up ink orbs. Maybe it'll encourage me to use the ability more often. Sure if I like any of your stuff. My egg is not ready to hatch yet. No element. So you are getting sold. Or recycle ya. The classic enemies transform into weaker enemy, so you kind of have like twice as many, although second time they're a bit easier to deal with than the first. Second verse, not same as the first. Some big fellas. So if I just run around, then everyone's eventually just gonna eat it. Maybe having 3 bots was a bit overtuned. Part of me wonders if they added in bots specifically because Nona was basically having that extra ally on your side. I guess it'll all boil down to, do the spiritual puppets revive you or not? Because if they do, then that's a little nuts. Well, I'm guessing if that is the case, then you don't get like the one freebie revive then that you would normally. Again, we will see. They probably explained it in the patch notes and I was just not paying attention then. God, why is it so hard to shoot you? Oh, wait. Okay, so they do revive you. Alright. Alright, there you go. Well, unfortunately, that means the other revive mechanic is now in effect, where every time you go down, you kind of gain stacks of a debuff, which shortens the amount of time that you can get revived, and, well, eventually you'll reach a point where you fall, and I'm guessing since you are the sole human player, if that's the case, then if all human players get downed, then it's curtains. That's my assumption, anyway. It would be pretty funny if the game tries to go on as usual, but without a human player around, everyone else is just left flailing. Time to do some more bug squashing. It's probably like a bit of a shame that the new enemies only really show up in the new area. It's like they didn't like, you know, backport the ants and the spiders and what have you. Although you still see the old enemies in the new area, so. Like I said before, it does make me wonder if the other zones will get like alternate areas to go with them. I hope so, because it'll give them reason to keep making stuff, right? Although they're already busy with like seasons and what have you. It's kind of wild, right? Like, even though we have new characters that are added after certain seasons, they still like created old stuff for them. So if you were to say like take Lin and Momo into Season 2, they'll have you know, unique stuff situated for them. Though in a technical sense, that does have me a little worried. Like, you can perhaps see how that would quickly lead to like a scope creep, because, you know, as they're adding more characters and more season mechanics and stuff, you have to keep on yeah, it's just like additional stuff you have to take into account, right? With like each new character they add, that's like more you know, character exclusive abilities and stuff they have to make for the other modes and the other seasons. And you know, the reverse is also true. As they add more seasons with more characters, that's like more abilities they kind of have to work around as well. And, you know, imagine that just like increases, at the very least, like everything around it. You know, development time, thought time, just like exponentially. And then they're just like the natural complexity of just having all this additional stuff just diluting the pool. You know, more scrolls, the more weapons you add, the less likely you get something specific, the less likely you're going to be able to enjoy the new stuff. So I wonder if there's like just a natural endpoint for this game. Just like at some point where they go, yeah, we're gonna move on to a new game. Or I wonder if they'll try to add something to mitigate that, because I don't think they have it yet, right? The one thing they could add is, you know, like the sort of item pool manipulation mechanic of some sort, like maybe strike some scrolls or weapons from just showing up during a run. At least a way to kind of keep the pool in check, I would think. They might introduce something like that later, right? Guess we'll see. just having the zip lines. They just work, right? Like, you're not sure how they do it, but they just do it. Probably like anything else, it's just magic. Works like magic. Man, I feel like Tracer at the moment, just like flanking the enemy and shooting them from behind and then just getting the heck out of there when I can. Okay, I think that's everyone. I mean, the music's calmed down, so that's definitely everyone. Another random article I just, like, came across while trawling the internet. Apparently, United States is down to just one Kmart location in Miami. I mean, I know Kmart was kind of, you know, way past its heyday, but I don't know. There were still stores just, like, here and there, right? The fact that we're down to just one now, right? The final Kmart. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it'll reach, like, you know, meme tick status like the last Blockbuster does. Because, you know, at least Blockbuster had the whole rental angle going for it. Kmart, on the other hand, it was just a department store. Department store that didn't quite adapt, unfortunately got left behind. Nothing about it really stands out like Blockbuster would, so... Who knows, maybe there's a chance it might actually, you know, become revered amongst Americana, but, you know, I would say I wouldn't hold my breath for it, really. It would be pretty amusing, though. Just like maybe some years later, we see some fella making a trip to Florida to visit the last Kmart, right? Never mind everything else about Florida, you know. Not Universal Studios, not Disney World, not the Space Center. Now we're going there for the last Kmart. Like how you would go to... Where is the last Blockbuster again? I think it was in Oregon. Oh, this again. Alright, fine. Since it hasn't changed, this is just basically like free extra stuff. Oh yeah. I mistimed that one. Luckily the bowlers don't seem to be doing too much to me. I guess I can always jump back if I feel like I need to readjust myself. Alright, here we go. Challenge time. I'm gonna have like 1 or 2 chances to get through this parkour zipline course. The hook range seems pretty generous, at least. So even if you do miss your mark by a lot, you can usually correct course. It's this part that's always tricky, because sometimes you forget you can air dash, so you might miss the platform. At least I did. Chest! Wow, thanks. Hey, wow, I didn't know you could teleport Lynn. Oh, right, it's all curiosity boxes, huh? Curiosity box that leads me to greedy choice. So I wonder if this will have 3 curiosity boxes. I might as well just get all of them, or, okay, just the one. On the upside, you get a bunch of scrolls. On the downside, you don't know what you're gonna get. So you might get a scroll that completely bricks your build. Wait, you found a craftsman. Down here? Oh yeah, that's because that's where the ping is at. You know what? That's a good catch, actually. So now we're back to a cracked version of Assault Rifle. Kind of funny. These bots are like maybe teaching you a little bit how multiplayer works too. Like, don't forget to ping. Don't forget to say a job well done when you complete yourself a great feat. Just need to get over here. Subjugate demon. Oh, wait, no, there's snipers. Too many of ya. Sorry, I gotta take care of these folks first. Oh man, the fact that they're just following me up there. Blasting everything to smithereens. They must have like some sort of natural damage reduction, because I don't think I've seen their life bars decrease all that much. Aw, jeez. Alright, that's it. Got him. Wipe him out. Take out the rest of them. These are some hardy folks. Some hardy fools. Goddamn. Oh. I just noticed. I do have the freebie revive. I do get the single player freebie revive. So if they all go down, you get like one shot to kind of get back out there. I want to get the bandit tactician. Get the sniper. Let's see. Oh, I probably should have hatched these eggs and see what I get from them. Yeah, the tactician still is better. Oh, we got another ad break coming in a minute, so prepare yourself in some way or another. What? Get this one. Just boost the damage a little bit. I saw it also increases pushback range. Although it doesn't increase like the debuff zone or the speed zone range, so guess that's their way of balancing things. Yeah, let's level up this gun. I'll try for the other objectives on my own time. They're gonna face off against the worm. Ooh, quite a few of these small bees out here. Small fry. Ah, there you are. Get up here so I can kick your butt. Shockwave, oh jeez. Ooh, that's smarts. It's got like quicksand zones as well. you going? I think I have to defeat these fellas out here. Although, my allies are doing a pretty good job at wiping them out too, so... Oh geez, right on top of me. It's okay, we got this. We got this. It's a good old FPS attack, the shockwave. It's like, yeah, you know it's coming, you just gotta prepare for it. I do like how your basic emotes will change appearance based on the character you're using. It's like everyone does the thumbs up, but they all that thumbs up that looks like their hand, so it's kind of neat. Are you? Oh. Increased damage for copper spent, but you will auto spend any excess copper you have above 500. Welcome back from Adland, everyone. You enjoyed your break. Enjoy whatever you got, if you got something. All right, area 3. What you got for me, spiritual remnant? This one. Just increased lucky shot chance and decreased skill cooldown. Oh yeah, for every boss defeated. We're getting here. We're doing it. We're making it happen. I just like parkour my way up there. Oh, I was looking at my bots and they are using new weapons, so guessing the bots just like changed their loadout. Maybe their gun. They just like get a random gun and that just upgrades over time. Whatever they're using is working out though. Someone's got a corrosive weapon on their hands, so I don't gotta worry about that. It's one of the nice things about multiplayer. Right, in single player you gotta maybe do all that stuff yourself, but in multiplayer you can kind of, you know, hone in on what you're good at, and then everyone else kind of do their thing as well. I got lightning weapon on the other slot, so what I really want is just the lightning and the corrosive weapon, so I can just take out both shields and armor, and then, you know, since it does the damage over time combos status effect, kind of takes care of the health. Man, if you're like real creative, you could just lay down a whole trail of things and just create a path for your team to follow and a zone for your team to stay in. Your enemies are debuffed and your allies are a bit more cracked. Now, I forgot to check and see if, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. I saw that you can share weapons, and that's like a multiplayer thing where loot is instance. So initially, you only be able to like see guns and scrolls for you, but you can share it, and that'll make it visible to everyone else. So you know, if there's like a scroll or a weapon or something that you think would work better for another character, you can just highlight it and go, "Hey, I think you might be interested in this." Oh, they're not attacking because they're charmed. I think that's what's happening. That's a spiral thing. You see like the green gassy type of thing? That's like the miasma, which is the percentage damage, and then explosion doesn't have a symbol because its effect just kind of happens immediately. Ah, jeez. Should not have walked into that crowd of lanterns there. Wait. Subdue demon? Yep, we'll do. Ah, nuts. That whole ink form thing really makes them good at just like quickly completing your objectives, huh? Oh, right. I do have Curse Scroll immunity, so I might as well get this one. And if we don't use the... Should we? This guy's like pretty decent with knives. Yeah, you know what? Let's swap. Since I still get the Gemini effect, I don't have to spend more money to get that activated again. It's the thing you gotta know in these roguelikes, right? You gotta know when to switch off of the thing you have if the thing you find might work better for you. Don't try to get too attached to your stuff because, you know, you only have it for the duration of the run most of the time. There are exceptions to that, but for the most part, you can't get attached to your stuff. Don't know if I saw the optional area here or not, but I'm not really too concerned about that. We're in a pretty good spot. I think we can move on without getting one area. Oh. I thought I was in the range of the barrage, but I wasn't. Alright. That's everyone. So you just activate them. Or you can pretend they shot him, but they just, like, go ahead and unlock them for you. And they don't always do it, too, right? Again, trying to simulate players... Like, players aren't... Like, your allies aren't omniscient, so are they? Yeah, I was just, you know, keeping the small fry at bay while they took care of the big deal enemy. That's what I was totally doing. Ooh. Definitely want to get that one. Wait. Oh. Still have my greed scroll, so I could still get all 3 of them out if I wanted to. But the other 2 really don't speak to me. It is nice though. You could like grab a scroll and then you have second thoughts and you're like, nah, actually on second thought I wanna do the greed option. And they let you kinda walk forward with it. You know, obviously once you get there, there's no walking back from that, but ooh, that's smarts. The way the shots just seem to fall somewhat slow. Alright. Try not to break through the lines, just take it easy, hang out with the crew. Drop zones while you can, until you approach the boss and then go to town on him. You know, this is a single player thing. They've definitely got like the multiplayer health scaling up in here. I think I've read about this somewhere. I'm pretty sure they only scale it up to a certain point. It's not like, you know, multiplayer scaled true to multiplayer. It's just, they do scale it up, but I don't think they scale it up to the same extent. It's been a while since I've seen one of you. Okay, now do I want to switch? So I do have the lightning assault rifle, so if I get this one, I can just like do my asthma all day. Yeah, I think I will. You were fun, you were also fun, but now it's time to truly pop off. You found the golden goblet, really, bot? No way! I would have never guessed. Now we're off to the beach. Sadly, this is not like your usual beach episode. I was wondering why my gun shot green bullets, but I forgot the Gemini affects it, so I'm guessing it prioritizes green over blue? Okay, that's a little bit nuts. I don't think I've seen that before. On the chest. Actually, that's useful. I would have forgotten about that one. Thanks, bot. Yeah, we'll go for the Gamba. Roll the gotcha. Yeah. Mid-air damage boost, so now I want a bunny hop. That's fine. I can do that. The enemies are so far away. Ooh, that. I let all those lanterns explode and eat my health. This also proves that Momo's not invincible during ink form, so kind of pay attention to that. Yeah, this gun really is just about applying all the miasma stacks and just popping off with that. Let that dude sting. We really are reliant on the DOT. Oh yeah. There was also that other trend that was going on Twitter for a bit, because I think PayPal revealed that they redesigned their logo. Some boring-ass plain text things, so everyone was having a go with that. It's like, oh yeah, I redesigned my logo too, and just like saw the various VTubers just have their logo in Comic Sans, right? Something that you could like, you know, quickly put together in MS Paint. And like, I wouldn't say even a minute. You could probably take like 30 seconds just to type something, but this is bringing me back to logos, man. Why is everyone making their logos look boring? I don't know. I kind of miss when there's like a bit more of the design to them, more than just like, you know, word. Maybe you had a few symbols around it to kind of, you know, indicate what the company, the group was about. You know, kind of like how VTuber logos are currently, right? They might be over-designed at times, but well, you can't certainly deny that they are expressive and they kind of tell you a lot about the VTuber at first glance, you know? Whew. It's a good thing I had my allies there to revive me while I subjugated that demon. Yeah, hope part of me hopes that the whole trend of just simplifying logos eventually goes away. We'll see a company dare to do something different and actually have a decorative logo, and people will just go, oh man, I miss these so much, and then everyone else will kind of hop on that train, and then we'll get ourselves some nice expressive logos again. Yeah, like in the good old days. It's actually pretty funny. I remember this other picture. It was a little while back, but people were lamenting about how McDonald's looked like. I remember when McDonald's had that unique looking roof, right? The brown slanted roof and sort of the, you know, slightly more colorful walls, and always had the play place. So you always had like one area which looked super colorful, but all the McDonald's look a lot more drab now, right? It's like, they're just gray and rectangular and just feel like super brutalist in their architecture. It's like, what happened? Like, fast foods are supposed to be these joyous places, not like, you know, centers where you just like go get your food ration and then return to your regularly scheduled work program. Anyways, this is the Abyssal Serpent, the other boss of the region. 3 heads you gotta kind of keep track of. There's a lot of stuff just like popping off on the area. You're just on this tiny little raft. trying to look at the allies' health, and boy howdy, I don't think it's gone down. Uh-oh. Defeat them, really? Sure, I'll take out 3 million HP in a moment here. I don't know how I dodged that. Felt like I shouldn't have dodged that. Aw, jeez. Just a little bit more. Man, your projectiles are like so goddamn slow. Oh, I didn't realize the game informed me when a spirit egg hatched. Really should be paying more attention to the UI, huh? Alright, well, we did it. Let's go on to the final area. Imagine with 4 players, this is going to be a bit more of a gauntlet. Spending a bit more time just getting through this place. Come on, get that fell up there. Oh, I think they blew him away. We'll just boost the damage. Unless I find something else, I think this will be the gun I take into the end game. Oh, wow. The more curse scrolls you have, the more copper you will get. Let's get that one. Big bag of copper, because I'm carrying all the curse scrolls I could ever want, because they don't affect me anyway, so haha. Surprised with something with such a substantial effect is like a common rarity. Well, I guess better that than having it rarely show up and less reliable to have, although... I really wish there were... I wonder if there is like some sort of damage reduction for going into like ink form or not. I really should have read up on that ability some more. Actually, I could do that now, couldn't I? Hero skills. Ink spirit for 16 seconds, 2 ink orbs on the field, 10 ink points. Fire to release ink splash, dealing 450 ink damage to all enemies within 5 meters. I think that's what I forgot to do. Actually deal more AoE damage before I exited out of ink form. Whoops. Well, that's why I do this stuff in single player, right? So when I do multiplayer one of these days, I'll be ready to help my teammates to the best of my ability. Anyways, let's move on. It's a long climb up this mountain. Has anyone ever done a a hike. You know, maybe not necessarily up a mountain, but like on a trail or anything like that. I have to admit, I didn't. I feel like that's like kind of beyond what I'm comfortable doing. I'm not like the outdoorsy type of person. I prefer less strenuous activities. I mean, less physically strenuous, I should say. I prefer something not mentally stressful as well, but something I can handle a bit more. Like when it comes to physical strength, I don't last long at all. There I go again, not doing AoE ink splashing. Why am I trying to do anything with this thing at all when I still got enemies to defeat? Alright, is that everyone? If I remember correctly, there was a task related to having a lot of demons in your inventory, so maybe I should hold on to them. Lots ready to hatch. Let's see. Got here. Ooh, you got 2 orange abilities. Also draw fire, but I do have the AI bots. Still kind of like the one I got, so we'll stick with that. Ooh, definitely get that when I have something that inflicts decay. And, ooh, should I swap out my... This one also has slow projectiles, though, so it's not gonna matter too much, so maybe we'll just stick with this one. I almost feel like a bunch of my shots are just like missing their mark. Or maybe it's because like the lack of hit sounds or something. Maybe my shots are missing. It's because the projectiles are slow. I almost messed up there. Thankfully my Death Defiance is helping me out. There we go. I'm learning. Oh wow, okay, let's just go in here real quick. While they're none the wiser. Click! 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 There we go. I think that's what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to click fire to spend my ink points to do little splash damage attack. It's like a built-in scout bomb of sorts, and you could have up to 3 of them. Which is pretty neat. Aw, man. That's like the real enemy of this area, the folks with the frost throwers, because their range is kind of nuts, and also they will evaporate your health if you're not careful. Really, you choose now to fire your missiles? That's okay, you already got the miasma, so only a matter of time before your stuff disappeared. Seriously, those frost throwers are nuts. Like, if you ever see a penguin, like, stay as far away from them as you can, because if they are close to you, you're kind of sort of too late. You don't got, like, some sort of revival or damage mitigation. You're kind of hosed. Alright, this way. Keep going. We got the capturable demon, like, way off the distance there. It's like they're playing Protect the VIP. We gotta try to kidnap the VIP. These guys, they think they're bad enough dudes to protect the president. We'll show them. We'll show them who's boss. Seriously, I think that second wind mechanic is really doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Honestly, if it weren't for that, I'd probably be going down a lot more often. If you time that picture thing well, you can, like, block the sniper shots, which is wild. Mind me, I just need to run back and get some stuff and also get this chest. Destroy a scroll? Why would I do that? Oops. I wanted to get the money based on scrolls. Well, not that it matters. I got a good stack of money anyway. I can't spend it all in one place either because the craftsman and the peddler have limits to how much you can spend on them. I like how the penguins are specifically mutants. It's like, this whole world is filled with anthropomorphic beings, and for some reason the penguins are mutants. Which leads me to believe that all the penguins in this world are just like regular, but to become anthro, they have to be mutant. Alright, I need healing. Yeah, we'll get that. And let's see. Let's scroll. Perfect. We keep moving on. This is always the melee range danger, wasn't it? Like, if you make melee too viable, then they just tear through enemies with ease, but sometimes you could make melee all but useless if you have the enemies resist melee attacks or just deal massive damage up close, which would make people question why bother at all. Just stick with ranged characters and defeat them that way. Okay, where the hell is the UFO? There you are. Stop buffing everyone. Okay. Turn you to your regularly scheduled beatdown. That picture thing makes for a pretty good escape mechanism as well, because it'll stop people from getting pot shots in at you as you get the heck away from them. Although it makes for a good approaching tool as well, because it also blocks projectiles that way, so you can stop them that way. Alright. Well, we did it. Got ourselves a second shot at the final boss. I guess we'll see which one we face off against. Found the craftsperson. Great. Excuse me for a minute while I go by all the merchants here. Can get up to 20, right? That's how many they wanted. If they count unhatched, I guess it doesn't matter now because we got more than enough for that. Other thing with the fourth area, the goblets they drop only give you one ascension, so I guess it prevents you from going out of control because you really don't get much of a choice in what you have. You might luck out and get something good, but might also not. Alright, well, we won't have to face off against Pole Monarch, I guess that's a plus. We instead face off against Gluttony, which has its own set of gimmicks. I wonder why a popular, like, sort of demon archetype is like the type of big demon with a giant mouth on its belly. I wonder what the basis behind that is. Oh, you're invincible. Alright, everyone get behind the zone. Oh, at least they're smart about it. They do get behind stuff. So they kind of teach you about mechanics too. It's kind of neat. I guess bosses in multiplayer co-op games are like essentially raids, aren't they? Lots of dodging mechanics, lots of avoiding AoEs or trying to maybe make up for any mistakes that you might make. Uh-oh, is this the big one? The music's faded out. Ah. Well, I can perhaps see why maybe bots took a bit of work, because they're not like, you know, completely dumb bots. That's appreciated. They do teach you about mechanics, so that's pretty cool. One more? Or no, is this just one where you just, yeah, shoot it till it's defeated? Well, we did it. Managed to complete at least one full run tonight. For that, I am happy. Hello, we got another egg, as if it matters, cause you know the only place to go now is out of here. Challenge success. Oh, wow. Give you a summary on your allies here, too. So yeah, they do pick up other weapons. I wonder if it's random or if they have weapons kind of based on their playstyle. Gotta be random, because I feel like an optimal Lee loadout would not include anything other than fire weapons, and she has other weapons, so... Oh, they're bots, so you can't expect them to, be super cracked. They need to give you something to do, right? I like the stats, too. Went down 6 times! No way I would have been able to finish this run on my own. It was only because of these other bots that I was able to get through here. Although, just a little bit ahead in total damage. The others certainly were pulling their weight, though. Plenty of experience from that as well. 3 levels worth. So now we're up to level 16. Got our first weapon skin, and 4 tasks completed. Oh yeah, and a Momo avatar. Oh yeah, that was like the other new thing for this season. They have like season perks. I don't know if this will stick around when the season is done, or if this is like only here for this season. I feel like there might be like some things that remain and some others don't. Like maybe we won't see like, say, plus 200 copper coins or starting an adventure with eggs, but we might see like spirit fusion and the spirit specific perks and storage and awakening, I guess. Man, I feel like some of these are things they should have had at the onset. I don't know. It would have made this feature maybe a bit more fun, or at least unlock them earlier. Don't have us wait till 20 to, or don't wait till 15 to have what feels like would be a core part of the game. I don't know. And I forgot, we never did a run as on the other season mechanics, but well, Destiny mechanism still, it's slightly different. It's like Arcane Ascensions, where you can pick like one of 3 things. Although instead of scrolls, you're picking like a device, so you can get like one of the abilities is like a little mobile turret that shoots at things like a mini Iron Wing. Another one just creates like an AoE debuff field, and the other one creates like a Sigma-esque shield in the vein of Momo's scroll ability. And you find cores and stuff throughout the run, which you can kind of use to augment your mechanism, make it better in a way. And yeah, you have a bit more control over what you can get there. At least what you start with. The cores you get can be random, although they come from a limited set, so you had to be very unlucky to not get the cores you want. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, right? Because like each character in the Destiny mechanism season had a like character-specific cores. So you imagine with each new character they add, if they continue support with the previous seasons, you'll see them add like character-specific cores for the new characters. And as they add more seasons and more characters, the amount of stuff they have to kind of go back and backfill, it's going to grow exponentially. And hopefully that won't like create a whole lot more overhead for them. But look at that. 2 runs tonight, or I guess 3 if you count the one I completely botched in Area 1. And then 2 I did off stream. We already got ourselves up to level 16, so if you do, you just play a few runs through this season, you'll eventually hit max level, get all the good rewards, and then after that, it's just bragging rights, right? You want to make this number go up for the avatar frame, go right ahead. But otherwise, you can just like hit 50, call it a day. And even if you don't, right? Even if you don't want to bother going all the way, well, you can just buy the rest of the stuff later. No biggie. They got quests here too, so if you do want to maybe go for specific tasks, you can go for that too. Maybe speed yourself along that way. But in any case, I think that has been a look at all the new stuff Gunfire Reborn has. I know I talked about how games might oversaturate the pool, but I do hope this game gets a few more updates under its sleeve. Maybe we'll hit some sort of tipping point sooner or later, but I feel like as long as they can keep the seasons feeling fresh, this game might have a few extra legs on it, you know, right? A few more legs to stand on. I think it can last a bit longer. So yeah, I look forward to coming back to it, maybe after a few updates, or maybe we'll come back to it once they release their next set of character DLC next year, probably, because that's what they've been doing. Every year, 2 characters, 4 weapons, a bevy of other updates. Look forward to it. But for now, I think I will go ahead and call it here, so yeah. Thanks to everyone who came by and hung around and chatted. And even if you just lurked, I appreciate each and every one of you. I guess you'll hear it here first. I'm actually planning on doing another stream on Sunday. Yeah, I'm gonna be back on Sunday. I'm gonna check out 30XX because they also came out with a couple of post-launch updates and a whole new character. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. That at least adds some new stuff to think about. See ya! Yeah, I'll see ya, Venom. Thanks for hanging out this whole time. Yeah. So yeah, well, hope I'll see you again on Sunday. For now, let's look for someone to raid. We'll see who's out there. Ooh. This was a pretty good long stream. Longer than I have gone recently, so I'm glad. I don't think I've gotten too rusty since I slowed down. Perfect time to come back too, because October is rolling around, and I do want to bring back Not So Spooktober. Maybe not in a big way, but I do have 2 games lined up that I want to check out that I feel like would kind of fit into that sort of not so spook vibe, right? You'll see the games I will play on Monday when I put out my next schedule. As I said, I'm winding down with my commitment, so I'm gonna ramp streaming up again, so hopefully next week I'll be able to do all 3 days. All 3 days I usually stream. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. That'd be nice. Suddenly picking someone is, like, challenging again. I'll find someone, though. Usually takes me a bit. I forgot that Twitch still has the drop-in thing. You know, I'm surprised that with all the backlash that feature got, they didn't try to roll it back somehow. Or at the very least, make it off by default. Or, you know, make it so that you can just, like, you don't have to turn it off every stream. A lot of things they could do to, like, you know, mitigate the invasiveness of that feature, but they just not gone through with it for some reason or another. Okay. I think I have found someone. Might as well wind down. It is late, depending on where you are, and after some intense shooting, maybe it'll be good to kind of scale it back a bit and relax. Yeah. Guess we'll see if they have raids open. And alright, cool. I think it's gone through. Alright, Wiffle the Catboy is playing Stardew Valley. You know, a great way to kick back and relax. Very pink stream. I think you'll have yourself a bit of a flashbang warning, I suppose, so watch out for that too. Raid message, I think I know what this one's gonna be, because I'm once again not feeling overly creative, so we're just gonna do something super easy. Oh wow, caps lock was on. What the heck? Alright. Oh my god. Tried it again. There, if you're joining on the raid, give them Frost and Inkwash raid. And if not, have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday for 30XX. Take care. Yeah, time is almost up. I have nothing else to say. See ya.